Right, here we are, and it's for you to judge. Is this the worst video that has ever been edited together in the history of all time? You may say to me, well, there's a video of three handsome fellows where we zoom out to find a interesting temple perched atop the side of a mountain. What could possibly be wrong with that? Stills, my friend, stills are of a bygone era, aren't they? We live at a time where if something doesn't move, it's pretty much dead. However, the road that we found on that day was like a well-cooked noodle draped across the mountainous countryside, with twists and turns, hairpins and switchbacks, as I believe the Americans call them. The three little scooters we had, you can see in the car park just now, and they were a great fun to ride on the way there. Why had we even bothered to come here? Well, that mountain, which is called Large Southern Mountain, or some such Chinese variant thereof, was the reason. We'd been told of it, whispers in the wind, talking of a place with paths that weren't paved, and mountain tops that looked in every direction. We scoured the maps and found a road which led all the way around the base of it, so we went there thinking we might stumble across a trailhead. We ended up going all the way to the end of the road, and that's where we found this temple, which was very interesting. You could walk in something that looked like a little house at the back of it, go through to another room, and then realise you were in a cave and walk out of something that just was a cave. It was pretty cool. We elected to make the day's activity climbing the steep path out the back of that temple. And the landscape in this area of southern China, the jungle, sometimes would lead you to believe that the mountains are fluffy and cuddly and could caress you deep inside their womanly bosom. But they're anything but. They're often steep and tricky and full of jagged rocks with even sheer cliff faces at certain times. So one must always be on guard, just like a woman with lovely bosoms. My compatriots on today's journey are Jamie with a green backpack and MacGyver, seen just earlier with a red backpack. We found a stream which looked like a perfect slide. What fun you'd have, right up until the moment when you slide off this sheer drop. You would be filled with adrenaline and exhilaration right before smashing all your bones and ending up in a rather refreshing pool of water at the bottom. The trees didn't thin at all as we climbed higher, but they provided ample support on the way up. We didn't get to the top, but we did get to this shoulder, where for some reason I decided to spin my drone around for a ridiculous amount of time, and then also later decided to put that footage in this video. No idea why, but there you go. MacGyver, being the most likeable and handsome and deepest voiced individual of the group today, chose to sit atop this precarious perch while I videoed him. The line you can see in the background is a road, or at least seems to be, that someone has hewn out of the rock. It goes all the way around this valley, even ending up on the large southern mountain over there. What would you do if you saw a similar road? Why, you'd put it on the list, eventually buy a proper motorcycle instead of a crappy little scooter, and you'd go exploring. So if you want to see that video, then you'd have to probably click subscribe around about now. Jamie, being the next in line in terms of likability and handsomeness, took his perch there. Seems like I've realised that there is a very cunning technique of the air drone pilot, which is to hide behind a bush. Hey, we had a great time. We didn't get to the top, but we did get to this point, and the views we enjoyed were absolutely unbelievable. So it was well worth a hike. Drag your thumbs off the keyboard, take yourself off social media, switch off YouTube, get yourself out for a hike. One never knows what one might find. Hej då!